Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something straight out of a disaster movie, but with a surprisingly hopeful twist. We're talking about volcanoes. Not just the explosive, fiery chaos, but what happens after the ash settles. How does life in all its fragile glory make a comeback on what is essentially a sterile new piece of planet Earth? It's a process called ecological succession, and it's one of the most powerful stories of resilience nature has to tell. Imagine a volcano erupts. It's a total reset button. Rivers of lava pave over lush forests, and layers of hot ash bury everything, sterilizing the soil. It looks like a gray, lifeless moonscape. You'd think nothing could ever grow there again, right? Well, nature has other plans. This barren landscape is the perfect blank canvas for life's most adventurous pioneers. The first heroes to arrive on this scene are called pioneer species. Think of them as the special forces of the natural world. They're incredibly tough and don't need much to survive. We're talking about things like lichens and mosses. Lichens are amazing. They're actually a partnership between a fungus and an alga. The fungus can grip onto bare rock, and the alga can photosynthesize, creating food from sunlight. As they grow, they release weak acids that slowly, over many years, begin to break down the volcanic rock. When these lichens die, their organic matter mixes with the rock dust, creating the very first whisper-thin layer of soil. It's not much, but it's a start. This is stage 1, primary succession. Once this tiny bit of soil is established, it's an open invitation for the next wave of life. Wind and birds start to act as couriers, carrying in the seeds of hardy plants like ferns and small, tough grasses. These plants are specialists in survival. They have shallow roots that can take hold in the thin soil, and they can handle the harsh sun and lack of nutrients. One of the most famous examples is the Ohia lehua tree in Hawaii. It's often one of the first woody plants to colonize fresh lava flows, its vibrant red blossoms a stark contrast to the black rock. These plants are game changers. Their roots help to break up the rock even further, and as they live and die, they contribute more and more organic material, building up the soil layer by layer. They're essentially terraforming their own environment. This process creates a more welcoming home for fussier species. Now small shrubs and faster-growing trees can move in. The soil is deeper, it holds more water, and it's richer in nutrients thanks to the hard work of the pioneers. These new arrivals provide more shade and create different microclimates. This change in vegetation is a dinner bell for the animal kingdom. The first animals to return are usually small insects and spiders, who might get blown in by the wind or hitch a ride on floating debris. They find food and shelter among the new plants. Then come the birds, attracted by the insects and the seeds of the growing vegetation. Their droppings, rich in nitrogen, further enrich the soil, accelerating the whole process. It's a feedback loop of life creating more life. One of the most incredible real-world laboratories for this is Mount St. Helens in Washington state. When it erupted in 1980, it flattened over 200 square miles of forest. Scientists thought it would take centuries for life to return, but they were wrong. Within just a few years, life began to re-emerge, often in surprising ways. Some plants survived in pockets of snow that insulated them from the blast. Gophers, who were underground in their burrows, survived, and their tunneling activity mixed the old nutrient-rich soil with the new volcanic ash, creating fertile patches for seeds to sprout. They became unintentional gardeners of the apocalypse. This taught scientists a crucial lesson. Life doesn't always start from scratch. Sometimes it finds a way to hang on in hidden refuges, what they call biological legacies, which can dramatically speed up the recovery process. As the years turn into decades, the ecosystem continues to mature. The smaller, sun-loving trees are eventually overtaken by larger, more shade-tolerant species. You start to see the beginnings of a true forest. This brings in larger animals. Herbivores like deer or elk might wander in, finding plenty to eat. And where the herbivores go, the predators are never far behind. The ecosystem becomes more complex, more interconnected. A dense web of life is woven, with thousands of different species all playing their part, from the microbes in the soil to the apex predators at the top. This progression from bare rock to a bustling, complex forest is the essence of ecological succession. But it's not always a straight line. Another disturbance, like a smaller eruption, a wildfire, or a landslide, can happen. This is called secondary succession. It's like a partial reset. The soil is already there, and maybe some seeds and roots are still viable underground. Because of this head start, recovery after a secondary disturbance is usually much faster than the primary succession we see on brand new volcanic rock. The ecosystem is resilient. It has a memory of what it was and can bounce back more quickly. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's a profound lesson in hope and persistence. Volcanic eruptions, for all their destructive power, aren't just an end. They are also a beginning. They create new land and trigger a beautiful, intricate dance of renewal that unfolds over centuries. It shows us that life is not just a passive participant on this planet. It's an active force. It builds its own world, turning sterile rock into a vibrant, thriving community. The return of life to a volcanic landscape is a powerful reminder that even after the most catastrophic events, renewal is possible. Destruction gives way to creation, and silence is eventually replaced by the hum of a new ecosystem. It's a story of nature's incredible ability to heal itself, to build complexity out of chaos, and to reclaim what was lost. It is a process that has shaped our planet for billions of years and continues to this day, from the slopes of Ecology in Hawaii to the recovering forests of Mount St. Helens. Life, it turns out, is unbelievably stubborn. Thank you so much for watching and exploring this amazing story of resilience with me. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the wonders of our world. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen a volcanic landscape or what you think is the most incredible part of this process. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.